3.1 million Canadian mortgages are set to renew by the end of next year. That is 52% of every Canadian mortgage in this country. Of those 1.3 million are renewing for the very first time since the rock bottom rates of 2021 and 2022, the era of 1.79 fixed rates, and the era of variables priced under 1.5%. Those mortgages are about to roll over into 4 to 5% world. And according to OSFI's own April 2026 Outlook quote, we expect these mortgages will experience material monthly payment increase. And that is the Canadian banking regulator in writing warning the entire system that 2.2 million Canadian households are walking into a wall. The most important number in this entire video isn't 3.1 million, it's something much smaller and much more dangerous. And we will get there later in this video. First, let's actually visualize what this payment shock looks like in real Vancouver dollars, because the abstract math doesn't hit you until you see it on a real Vancouver mortgage. Take a typical Vancouver buyer who closed in early 2021. $800,000 mortgage, 25-year amortization, and 5-year fixed at 1.79%. Their monthly payment then about $3,320. Roll that exact same mortgage forward to renewal in 2026, same balance, roughly $710,000 owed after 5 years of principal paydown, new rate, call it 4.89% fixed, and new monthly payment about $4,310. That is $1,000 of additional after-tax cash flow disappearing from that household every single month. $12,000 a year, $60,000 over the new 5-year term. For a household earning $150,000 a year, that is the difference between a vacation, a renovation, and an RRSP contribution and pure survival arithmetic. Now multiply that household by 1.3 million across Canada and you understand why OSFI just elevated mortgages to their #1 risk for 2026. So the question is, how do you protect yourself? Here's the thing the mortgage panic videos keep getting wrong. According to the Edge Report's April 2026 issue, 40% of all new Canadian mortgages in the past 12 months were variable rates. Variable is currently priced roughly 50 basis points below fixed of the same term. That tells you something very important. Canadian buyers are reading the same OSFI signals you are, and they are betting the rates will be lower 12 to 24 months from now, not higher. Market expectations for the Bank of Canada have already swung from 4 hikes priced in just last month to only 1 hike priced in for the rest of 2026. That is an enormous shift in less than 30 days. The market is telling you that the renewal cliff is happening right at the edge of a rate cutting cycle. I'll come back to that because it changes the entire survival framework. But first, the small dangerous number I promised you at the start. Buried inside the same OSFI document that ranked mortgages #1 in one phrase that should keep every refinancing homeowner in Vancouver awake at night. And this is the quote: "A modest subset of borrowers will see their loan-to-value debt service ratios at renewal higher than they were at its origination." So if you go over that quote again, it means higher loan-to-value, higher debt service at renewal than at origination. And that should be impossible in a normal cycle. In a normal Vancouver cycle, 5 years of principal paydown plus 5 years of price appreciation mean you renew in a much stronger position than you started. Your equity has grown, your income has grown, and your debt to income has shrunk. This cycle inverted that. Vancouver prices are down 3.4% in just the past 3 months, to put that into context. And when we look at Canadian national prices, they are down 20.5% from the peak, the steepest national decline in 50 years. And for the typical Vancouver buyer who closed in 2021 or 2022 at peak prices, 5 years of principal paydown has been completely erased by 5 years of price decline. They renew next year with the same loan-to-value ratio they had on closing day. And here's the worst version. The homeowner who refinanced during the pandemic to pull equity out for a renovation, a secondary property, or to consolidate consumer debt, that household renews with a higher loan-to-value than they had on origination. And that is the modest subset OSFI is most worried about. That is the household who becomes the forced seller that drives the next leg of price decline in the city. And that single dynamic, that small dangerous number, is what is dragging Vancouver to the bottom of the national leaderboard on prices right now. And let me show you how serious this is becoming in the lender data. According again to the Edge Report, new mortgage delinquencies across Canada surged by 1,200 in just the past 3 months. That is the fastest pace of new delinquencies since the second quarter of 2020 when the world was locked down. In BC specifically, delinquencies jumped 14% in those same 3 months, the largest regional jump in Canada. Ontario is up 12%, Quebec is up 7%, but BC leads. And on the consumer side, BC consumer insolvencies on a rolling 12-month basis just hit the highest level in the recorded history of the data. higher than 2009, higher than 1991, and higher than every previous downturn. Bloomberg's weekly Canadian Confidence Index just posted its steepest 5-week decline since April 2020. So this is not a forecast anymore. This is data that has already landed. The renewal cliff is not a future event. It started Q1 of 2026. So here is your secret weapon. There are exactly 4 moves that transform you from modest subset risk to loosening cycle winner. Strategy 1, extend your amortization when you renew. If you originally took 25 years and you've paid down 4, you can re-amortize back to 30 and reset your monthly payment to something that fits the new rate. I understand you are paying more interest over the life of the loan, but you survive the 18 months between today and the loosening cycle that the Edge report says is already priced in. Strategy 2 is shop the renewal 120 days early through a mortgage broker, not your bank. Banks renew at retention rates and brokers renew at competitive rates. The spread on a typical Vancouver mortgage is between 30 and 75 basis points. On an $800,000 balance, that is $200 to $500 of monthly cash flow, the exact margin between comfortable and forced sale. Strategy 3, take the variable rate if your cash flow can absorb a 40 basis point swing. 40% of the country is doing exactly this right now. The reason variable is priced 50 basis points below fixed today, and the BOC market expectations have flipped from 4 hikes to 1 hike in 30 days. If you trust the bond market, and the bond market is the most ruthless predictor on earth, variable wins on a 5-year horizon. Strategy 4, this is the one nobody talks about. If your renewal looks ugly and your home has a legal secondary suite or laneway potential or unfinished basement square footage, you can underwrite your refinance on rental income that you don't yet collect. OSFI just changed the rental income recognition rules. That is a $30,000 annual income boost on a typical East Vancouver detached that radically changes your debt servicing ratio at renewal. Most lenders will not volunteer this option. A good broker will quote it on day 1. If you need a list of good brokers, write a list in the comments and I can send you that list over. Now for the calming close. I started this video by telling you that 1.3 million Canadian mortgages are renewing for the first time since 2021 and 2022. That is true. And it's also true that those exact same mortgages are renewing into a Bank of Canada that, according to current bond market pricing, is at the start of a slow cutting cycle. CMHC publicly warned Ottawa this month not to loosen lending standards because, quote, demand-side measures may worsen housing affordability, not improvement. That tells you something important. The federal government is being held back from juicing demand. The supply side, meanwhile, is collapsing. Single-family permits hit a 40-year low last month, and single-family completions hit a 30-year low as well. So the homeowner who survives this renewal cycle with a payment that can carry through a refinance, a longer amortization, a broker shop, a rental qualifier, renews into 2031 in a city where supply will be radically tighter than it is today. The losers in this cycle are not the people who paid too much. They are the people who panicked in month 1 when they could have built a plan in month 1.